So once your students have logged on to Seesaw, the next step would be to create or add activities for your students to do. You'll click here on the green Add button, where you can either post for a student, assign an activity, or send an announcement. For today, we're going to right now do assign activity. And as you can see, I've been using this for a while, so I have a lot of ones already established in my library. You can either create a new activity where you give an activity name, where you can type in all the instructions, give a voice instruction for students who have difficulty with reading longer text or have difficulty following written instructions. You can also do a multimedia instruction or example as well, using a photo, uploading a video, or if you do the video tool on here, it is only up to 5 minutes. But if you were to do a screencast or upload a video from your computer, you would just file upload over here. So, and then of course you can always add a student template for them. So looking back on one I've already created, here's one that I have for this week's digital Spirit Week. I'm asking students to take a picture of them in their pajamas with their favorite book. For this week, I'm really just trying to ease my families back in to activities, so I'm keeping them as simple as possible with a little extra credit. I'm asking them to record using the microphone, reading to me their favorite book or a chapter from a book. So in order to do this, I'll show you what it looks like as edit. So as I said pajama party is the name of the activity. Here are the student instructions. They do have little tools to help you, such as this little shortcut to give you the pictures of the microphone or the pictures of a label tool. Then I gave an example, just was the picture. And here I can go to add a template for student responses. Since I'm having them upload a photo, I'm not going to give them a template. So I will leave that blank and I can save this. Once I'm ready, I can assign to so I have multiple classrooms here. So in my multiple classrooms, I'm going to assign this to my professional development page. Click there. And then I can click over here on Edit Students, Folders, and Skills. If I wanted to, I can assign it to all of the teachers. If not, I can unclick that and say I want to do these 5 students. I wanted them to do this activity. I can also assign it to my sample student where I can provide a template of what I'm expecting of expectations, or I can opt out to not. With the free version, you also have the ability to put it on a folder. I can create folders such as down here. And since this one is a reading activity, I like to put all of my reading activities in the same folder to go back on later and look. And then you can assign it a color. With the premium, you can have skills where I can type in skills that I've already established with the name, a quick code if it's a state standard, what grade, and description of the skills. For right now, I'm not going to do that. So I have it right now. Edit students. Go back. I wanted the first 4. Hit that green check when you're ready, and then assign to one class. If you have the premium version, you have the ability to schedule when you want to assign it. For instance, for this week, I have it set up that all of my activities for the week are ready to go, and I just have it being pushed out on a certain day and a time. But without the premium version, you can assign to the class immediately only. So I assign to one class, I can view the activity here on their page. And clicking here, I can see the 4 students I gave the assignment to. And this will what it will look like on my end. If I were to go to my classroom right now, oh, cool. So I have it that my activities are here. Today's activity was an Appreciation Tuesday letter. Looking here, I have several students who are still working on their project, and it allows for me to see who still has it and who has completed it. Whenever a student finishes an assignment, I then have to approve it for them to either work on it again or have them be done. So for instance, this one was Bella. This is what she turned into me. I can leave a comment. Either as a video, as a voice recording, or written. I also, with premium version, have the ability to then give it a score using some of my, so this was literacy, language, and I can then give them how many stars, 4, 3, 2, 1, just like report cards. To my professional development classroom. Like I said, you can also click here for activities. Any of the activities I've already assigned will be here. You can click the 3 dots to either delete the activity. If students have worked on it, it will say archive, and it will just eliminate it from their ability to click on it in their activities site. Then you can go to edit activity, or you can get the activity link to pass it on to families. So if I wanted to add a new activity, I go here, add, assign. Not only do you have the ability to create your own, you can also save some of the ones that you've seen in the community. So I can go over here to community, and clicking here in this box, there are all different grade levels, all the way from pre-K to 12th grade. So I have a 2nd grade classroom, so I usually stay within this range. If I need to, I can also do it based on what I'm working with, so home learning, getting them ready. And it has teachers who are wanting to share activities that they've already created. So for instance, there's some ones that we're working on attendance. There's different ones that Seesaw themselves has created. You can also go to all, and I wanted to do a word work activity. I can type in word work, and all of the ones that people have already created, I can borrow. So for instance, word work letter tiles. I can click on this one. Their task says that they were wanting 5 sight words, take a picture of your work, and then using the microphone tool, record the words. So I can either assign it right away to my students by clicking assign. Again, I can always edit the students I want to assign it to. This time I'm going to assign it to all. And I would just hit assign 1 to class. You can either continue looking for activities by hitting this X, or you can go back to view your activity. Right now I'm going to click this X. And let's say I really like this activity, but there are some things about it that I want to change. I can go to these dot buttons, and I would say copy and edit activity. So now it's made a copy of this activity that this other person has created. It gave me the example already established, and I can then change the student instructions to meet the needs of my kids. I can also go to add template for student responses. So since my students don't have tiles right now, I could go and create a drawing. And on this drawing page, it allows for students to create, either uploading a photo, doing a video recording. They can create backgrounds. So let's just say, I want some pretty pink today. So I can do a background. And since I was asking for tiles, I could then do a label tool and create my own tiles for students to use. So I could make sure that I have, if I was doing sight words, I'd make sure that the vowels are there. And I can also change the vowels to be different colors. If I wanted to, I could then change the style of them as well with color, the font, and everything else. Let's see. To save time, I can also make sure I can just duplicate and then change it to a different. And so if I wanted to, I can create my own tiles for students to use, put this as their template, hit the green check. Maybe I wanted them to focus on a certain vowel pattern, hit save. Now I can assign this to my students. Again, going here, I'm going to edit students this time. I only want Bailey Ann to work on it. So I'll hit green check, assign to one class. Go to the activity. And here would be the one I assigned to all of my students. And here's the one I assigned just specifically for Bailey Ann. I could add a response on her behalf by doing this. And then since I've already created this template for her, she can then build the words here. Didn't really leave myself much. If she wanted to, she can also create her own and add on to it as well. She can take pictures of other aspects. Maybe she wanted to create a word and then found it in the classroom. She can then take a picture of it and upload it here. So that's what it would look like on the student end. When she is done, she would hit the green check and it would be turned into you, where you would have on your activities page, here's Bailey Ann's work. Hopefully this will be helpful for you in creating new activities and exploring the community page as well.